ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Division Z podcast. My name is Jason.
And my name is Cosmic.
Man, it's been a little while. It's been
like a month or
It's
something.
been about a month since we recorded an episode of the podcast. It's been a month. It's episode 111 today. And, we just got to say, for those of you out there, we apologize for not posting for about a month, mainly because Cosmic and I have had a lot of stuff going on in our personal lives, and just life in general has been busy. So, hey, here we are. Happy New Year. First episode of the new year.
Exactly. Yes.
We're just going to hang out. We're just going to talk about just stuff, man. I mean, Call of Duty's in a weird spot. We're just going to talk about really anything and everything at this point. Because, man, Call of Duty, does it really give us a reason to talk about it every single week nowadays?
Not really, to be honest. And I don't know about you, but I haven't touched Modern Warfare in like 3 weeks. And I don't really.
I played it. I think the last time I played it was like Christmas Eve or something.
It's not I don't like the game. I just I don't feel the need to go on it when I could be doing other stuff.
Right? I mean, see, that's how I'm feeling too.
Because the game has content and all that, but I mean, I've played more Vanguard in the past 2 weeks than I have Modern Warfare for video purposes.
Same here, actually. Literally for video purposes. Right? Same here, actually.
Right?
Yes.
But it's just Modern Warfare. There's no. I don't want to play it. You know what I mean?
I get you.
So what I've done for gaming the past week, I played through Black Ops Cold War in 4K highest settings.
Ooh.
That was very fun, very crisp.
Nice.
I played a bit of Vanguard. Only a wee bit of Vanguard.
Max settings 4K.
No, just on the PS5. I'm not rebuying the game.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Fair enough.
Because I was gonna play for Vanguard again, high settings and all that, but I'm not. Even the game was I think it was $16, no $20 maybe on the Battle.net. And I'm nah, I'm not gonna. I've already bought the game once. I'm not doing that again.
You know something's wrong when you see one of the newer Call of Duty games on sale for $20 and you go, nah, I'm good.
Nah, I'm all right. I'll just go for the effort of doing it on my PS5. So yeah, I played Titanfall last week. That was very enjoyable.
Nice.
That was a fun game. In terms of gaming for that's pretty much it. I've been working more on my other channel now. Because I just don't know what to do with zombies and
which by the way, y'all need to go check out Cosmic's second channel that just hit 1,000 subscribers.
Yes, just hit 1,000. It was funny. I hit 1,000 subscribers. I applied for monetization. And then 5 minutes later, 4 people unsubscribed. So that was pretty cool.
Well, you know what?
No, it already went out. It's fine. It's fine. I'm back over 1,000 now. It's just because I found with the channel, if I'm consistent enough, then the videos just will do well. I'm actually uploading my first review of the year, and it's gonna be Vanguard. So I've done some I've done some work today on reviews and stuff. So I've done Vanguard, Cold War's edited and done.
Nice.
Cold War's audio's done, Modern Warfare's done, and so is Black Ops 4. So that's going to be the videos over the course of the next few weeks that go up, and I'll do other things here and there. My plan is to go through every COD game, and then once I'm done with that, then that is, for now at least, I think me not done playing COD, but that's COD done on that channel to that extent.
The necessities for
exactly
a Call of Duty review series. Yeah,
pretty much. And I think after that, because I'm gonna go back and play through all the campaigns properly again one last time this year, and zombie stuff here and there. But when I've actually done everything that I could possibly want to do, and made reviews and stuff, and videos and documentary stuff, that will be that takes the pressure off. And I'm gonna start playing other games because
there you go.
After playing Titanfall 2 campaign, I realized I've just been playing the same shit over and over again, expecting to feel the way I did 10 years ago, and it's just not going to happen. So I'm going to start playing other stuff because it's more enjoyable. I enjoy it more. So I have a bunch of games I got on the Steam sale that I'm going to be playing through. That's my plan for that.
Well,
I
hey,
mean,
it sounds like you got a pretty fun 2023 lined up, huh?
Yeah, for
Sounds
like
pretty
content
cool.
and stuff at least. I have all my ideas and that. I'll never be like, oh, what do I do now? What do I do now? I think I want to do zombies. It's like the view side of me is like, well, no one's really searching it.
Yeah, I get you.
I'm like because I'm not complaining. Obviously, because it's just the way the game is. There's no point of like being upset about it and stuff, and the fact that there's not really like stuff to make videos on. I mean, there is stuff to make videos on.
Sure.
But in terms of like challenges and that, it's just I don't really have like
Yeah.
time to do
Well,
that.
the thing is, there's definitely stuff to make videos on because the community itself is like we're fighting tooth and nail. We're fighting tooth and nail to try to keep something alive. I mean, something
mean,
more recently that just came out was the Call of the Dead remaster on Black Ops 3,
that's
that
true. So
custom
that
map.
stuff, yeah.
So like
All
that's
the
cool. People can make a
all
video
the
about
Black
that.
Ops 4 Easter eggs that have like been discovered the
True, the
past
Black
like
Ops
few
4
weeks.
Easter eggs, man. I gotta say, it's cool that those were discovered. The reason why I was gonna make a video about them individually, but then I realized no one's gonna do this every single game. Like this is
I
what
mean,
it's one of those Easter eggs that, especially the Dead of the Night one, there's so many steps involved in it, and there's just too random, and it's just too steppy, I guess you could say, for the sake of being
yeah.
convoluted. That it's one of those quests where you just do it once and then like you never do it again.
The thing
So
is with
I
the Dead
felt
of the
like,
Night
yeah,
one, Dead of the Night one, you get unlimited ammo for your wonder weapon, don't you?
I think
I'm
so,
pretty
something
yeah,
like
you
that.
do, and
I
you
mean,
get
it's
kind of like
cool, but
and
like,
I think like it's good for people that want to go for high rounds. But if you want to go for high
mhm.
rounds in Dead of Night, what you're gonna do is you're gonna get the Helion Salvo and buy silver bullets.
Helion Salvo, silver bullets, sit
And then
there. I mean,
that's
yeah.
it. Um, I think it's fun seeing all this like new stuff kind of come out.
Oh yeah.
Um, a lot of things you think like, oh no, that wasn't meant to be found. All these little things here
Right,
and
the
there.
one on Voyage of Despair with the little like mannequins all lined up
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
the
Like
little
you look
weird.
at that, and think, that probably wasn't supposed to happen. But at the same time, like they're aesthetically they're cool.
Sure.
Going in that flying car is pretty funny.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, I think it's nice that Black Ops 4 is getting a bit more love now as well.
Oh
And
yeah.
in terms of like Easter eggs and stuff, and I think there's plenty more things that are going to come out across the months
Hmm.
for like Black Ops 4 Easter eggs. I know that Blood of the Dead gold coin is still like been debated,
I'm pretty sure that's been like
debunked,
debunked as something
but like
that like left over.
at the same time, it's like it could be there. I mean, no one really knows.
I mean, here's the thing. I guess you are right in that sense because with
Yeah,
everything that's been happening with all the Black Ops 4 new Easter eggs discovered, the way people are discovering them are they're going into the code and they're going into the
yeah,
like back end of Black Ops 4
finding it through
and
that
finding
way.
it that way. So maybe there's something with the coin there, maybe like some residual strings of code that are left over from some Easter egg that was going to be in Blood of the Dead. I don't really know though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the thing is as well, like with these little Easter eggs coming out, it just shows that maybe some of the DLC maps, even though we thought, oh, there's not really much like in terms of Easter eggs put into them. Maybe there is a lot more than meets the eye. Like with Dead of the Night, I know people like just kind of slept on that map, but there could be more to find. I mean, who would have thought there was
Sure.
kind of a perkaholic Easter egg in the game? You know what I mean?
Right?
Like I wouldn't have thought for one there would be any like perkaholic Easter eggs in the game because they had like obviously the four main perks and that was the system they wanted to go with.
Yeah, a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So I mean, yeah, that's kind of cool. But like in terms of like zombies content, other than that, it's just for me personally, it's dry. And like I would do like challenges and stuff. I don't know if I have the drive for it at the moment. Maybe when like a
Mhm.
new zombies game come out, like I'll go back more thing. Because like here's the thing, people, and this is what doesn't grind my gears, but it like I find it a bit amusing. People say, "Oh yes, I'm leaving the zombies community," and then like a year later they return, and it's like, yeah,
I mean,
you know, what I mean, I don't understand really when people say they're leaving because no one ever really seems to leave. They always like come back. I mean that's
I mean,
something
at the end of the
I always
day,
thought.
it's you how do I describe it? It's still leaving. You know, you're still leaving to do something else. You're still gonna do something else with your time instead of, you know, making zombies content. And I feel like the sentiment around that is when people hear that somebody is leaving, they think people are gonna leave like permanently. And I don't know. Some people do leave permanently. Some people don't. Some people make a return to zombies. Like, I don't know. To me, when I see the whole arguments back and forth on Twitter, especially where it's like, "Oh, shouldn't you have left the community already? Oh, shouldn't you be like
here's the
not here?"
thing.
It's like,
Here's the thing, right?
Who
Like,
cares? Like,
here's the thing, right? Like with that, it's like I don't think anyone should be like pressured to like not come back because they said, "Oh yes, I've left." I just don't know like why say it in the first place. I don't know. I've always thought
people
that.
say it in the first place. I think just because they're just so
Like
just
done
tired
with
of
zombies.
it. Yeah, they're just tired of it. And then
And
when
you have to
something
actually
excites them
say
again,
something.
yeah, when something excites them again, then they're like, "Oh, cool, maybe I'll come back." So when people say they're leaving, they're only leaving for a temporary period of time. And I think people shouldn't take the whole leaving thing so literal, because there's always a chance that someone will come back if the content is good, if they feel like they want to make videos about the content, you know, whatever, you know. So I don't know. It's to me, when I see people talk about it, people on the internet, it's really not that deep. If people want to come back, they'll come back. If people don't come back, and then they don't come back. Like, it's,
Yeah, that's true. One thing I
you
will
know,
say, I don't really like it being used as like ammunition against someone who has an opinion on like the like the community. They say they've left.
right.
That's my thing. I don't like let's say they say something about the game or whatever, and then the community is like, "Oh well, haven't you left the community?" And it's like, that's not the point. You know what I mean,
Such a non-argument.
it's
Like,
like, yeah, it's like, well, you actually aren't a part of this community anymore, so your opinions are invalid. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
it's like, man, even if you wasn't, if people are like not a part of the community to begin with, and they have an opinion
Yeah.
about something from the outside in, you know, they're still forming their opinion based on what they've seen so far. Like,
Yeah.
it's not that deep, people. Like, it's a video game, and people have opinions on video games. Like all the drama that's happened in the past week or so on Twitter with our good friend of the podcast and fellow content creator Tim Hansen, our boy.
Listen,
Like, it's just stupid.
Listen,
it's just stupid drama.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. We should just play whatever Activision gives us and enjoy it 100%.
Okay.
And never have any opinions ever, because we are mindless robots. And Vanguard Zombies, because it had some development issues, it's a great game. It's a great game. You know, like we can't say anything negative about it. You know, I love Duran Fang. I love Terra Maldicta. I love objective based. Yeah, I mean, I was making my Vanguard review for my other channel, and I was talking about zombies, and I literally opened it up. Yes, Vanguard Zombies, the best zombie experience on demand. This game has 2 survival maps and 2 objective based maps. One of the survival maps is a remake from World at War. The other survival map is a remake from Vanguard Zombies. Yes, you know what I mean? Like, it's just,
yeah.
Like, I say it in the video, and it's like, oh, that's like, it's just kind of like amusing.
I mean,
and the thing is, right? People are entitled to their opinion. If they like Vanguard Zombies, fair enough.
Sure.
But a lot of people, you like to use the argument that like, oh, well, the game went through development hell. You know, if you knew what really happened, then you know you wouldn't be saying this about it. And it's like, and the thing is, right? And I okay. The thing is that there's examples of it being one done well and then done poorly, and it's not Treyarch's fault. We all know that, but we don't just like sugarcoat the game because you know it's development hell. Like, I'll point out the flaws of Vanguard, but I'll point out that Shinonuma Reborn is actually a good map and it's fun to play.
Yeah,
right?
Shinonuma is the best part of Vanguard. To be honest,
but the rest of it is just not good compared to previous content.
No, not at all.
An analogy I made up like 2 seconds ago that I'm pretty proud of is if you go in for McDonald's, right, and you order a Big Mac, right, and then you get the Big Mac and there's no burger, and it's like, where's my burger? You know, there's no meat, right? And you go in and you start complaining, and the other customer's like, well, if you knew what that burger went through to get made, you wouldn't be complaining. The development hell of that burger.
No, that's a great comparison, man.
And it's like,
before we started the podcast, he gave me that analogy, and I was laughing my ass off. It was such a good comparison, because I mean it's so true.
You got the product, you got the person that's making it, you're delivering it to the customer, and you know, I don't know, man. It's just it's a bit, I don't know.
You know, the funniest thing about the whole situation is too, I think like by this point everybody knows the development hell that Vanguard went through.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody is saying things without knowing how just poorly handled Vanguard has been. So
yeah, like
when I see people talk about, oh well, Tim doesn't know what the development cycle was like, and Tim doesn't know, it's like, come on, guys, we all know the story by now. We all know Vanguard was treated poorly, and I think the thing that we will all personally never know is how it affected the developers like themselves mentally, and how, you know, I can't even imagine being a developer on Vanguard, to be honest, man, where you know what you put out is not up to par with things that you've put out in the past. And then
but you just kind of have to suck it up and get on with it.
Yeah,
because you're told
to do it.
Yeah.
And then
that's the thing that sucks. Is like obviously Vanguard Zombies was just a way to like mark, like, you know, this game has zombies. If you enjoy zombies, you should buy it, right? And it did some things good for like story wise for like the Dark Ether story, which is cool.
Sure.
You know, and you know, it's not like the whole game was negative, because it's not. There's good things in anything pretty much. But at the same time, it's like, I know the developers, especially with that setting, because Treyarch haven't been able to do a World War II setting in like over 10 years.
Right.
So if they actually got the full development time and support they needed for Vanguard Zombies, which is, you know, like impossible because they're going from Cold War to Vanguard. You know, I mean, they don't have enough time to actually make a decent product. And the thing is, for like we can still shit on Terra Maldicta. You know, we can still shit on objective based.
Right.
We can still shit on the fact when the game came out, it was just god awful, and you know that's allowed.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, we can say yes, Shinonuma Reborn is a fun zombies map. It did lots of things right, and
I think that's the thing. I think a lot of people. Again, I keep coming back to this, man. But at the end of the day, it is really just a video game. You see, so many people get so shook up about this online and trying to just devour each other over someone else's opinion about a video game online. Like it's fine to, like you said, share your thoughts about it, say they're the good things, say the bad things about it, and just have a nice, friendly, casual conversation about it, you know, just hang out. And, you know, oh, I don't like this. Oh, that sucked. Oh, what? You like that? Ah, come on, man. You know, whatever, right? But the amount of vitriol that you see online for literally no reason is stupid. And all these people that, I guess for lack of a better word, like their arrogance blinds them in the way that they're such elitists about the game, and they're such elitists about these modern Call of Duty games, that they're willing to burn the bridge that Call of Duty built to get us here in the first place, and, you know, try to belittle people who like the older games too, which I think is just like, what's the point, right? I know a lot of people like to argue between Cold War and Black Ops 3, but like, what's the point at this point? Because both of those sides of the community will never agree. What's the point in arguing? And if you like Cold War, you like Cold War. If you like Black Ops 3, you like Black Ops 3. But
you might even like both.
Or you might even like both. That's a shocker. Both, you know? Oh my god!
I know, it's so crazy.
You can like things, holy shit! But no, man, like it's crazy to me because, you know, especially when it comes to like specifically modern Call of Duty, like I think we all know that modern Call of Duty, for the most part, hasn't been up to par with some of the previous experiences, like objectively. And I say objectively in the right sense of objectively, not subjectively. A lot of people use the word objectively incorrectly. But, you know, like objectively, things have been just going downhill for a long time. And even, you know, I love Black Ops Cold War, but I can even acknowledge that things in Black Ops Cold War, just some of it wasn't that great. But, you know, I love Black Ops Cold War for the zombies, and, you know, other things weren't as great. Vanguard obviously was a train wreck from start to end. And Modern Warfare 2 is another train wreck that we're slowly witnessing with our eyes here throughout this yearly cycle.
Modern Warfare 2, right? Like, I enjoy it for what it is, but I think it's so, like, behind the Modern Warfare 2 IP and a campaign that's like, you know, it's good, but it's like a 7.5 out of 10 good. Like the characters make
Bro, at
up
this
for it,
point, it's
and
like a
that's
7 or a 6. Like, it's getting worse over time, I feel like.
yeah,
Like,
like that for the campaign at least that was, but for the
over the
multiplayer and stuff,
campaign, okay,
like
maybe.
multiplayer, I think the multiplayer in this game fixes some of the issues from Modern Warfare 2019. But then they just add in things that no one like complained or asked for, like the whole like
Right.
perk system and you know all that stuff. DMZ, I think it's fun. I just haven't played it in like a while.
It's fun, but
Warzone,
you get bored really quickly, I feel like.
yeah.
Like,
And like with Warzone, I mean, what can I say? I just haven't played it.
you really don't need to. I'm gonna be
No,
honest, man.
exactly.
Like, Warzone 2, like, you really don't need to play it. I mean, Rebirth Island, Fortune's Keep even was better, I think, than Al Mazrah. It's just, I don't know. Whenever I load up into a normal game of Warzone 2, I just feel empty. Like, I feel like they're
Yeah,
trying too hard to reinvent the wheel when it comes to Call of Duty 2.0. And like I've said previously in videos, with the Call of Duty 2.0, like ushering in this new age of, oh, this is the most advanced Call of Duty ever, and oh, this is so great,
yeah,
is just such a huge just smoke screen of, I mean, really, it's a lie, to be honest with you, because are you gonna tell me the most advanced Call of Duty game of all time has this many bugs, this many glitches, this many just weird and dumb features, change for the sake of change, that has the community, is it called the greater Call of Duty community overall, just really not having a good time with Call of Duty in general? The pros aren't even having a good time with like Modern Warfare
yeah,
2 for the most part. Like, is this supposed to be Call of Duty 2.0? This super overly corporate time waster? Because everything
yeah.
in
I
Modern
think.
Warfare 2 to me just feels like, and again, I've said this before, just a ploy to get you to sit there and play as long as you can.
Yeah, yeah, like
And
like a program made it. Like, oh yes, it's like
yeah,
a slot machine where you just
literally.
keep going because you're like, oh well, I'll do better next
Oh,
time, or
it's
you know what I
something
mean?
to do. You know what, dude? That argument, I gotta say before you make your point, the it's something to do and content is just content thing is, I think it's ridiculous, because if you just, it's consuming for the sake of consuming, and
Yeah.
that's just not healthy. You know,
Well,
if you just accept mediocrity, you accept things that are below par, you know, it'll give these corporations an excuse to keep putting out schlop, to keep putting out just shit content, and pay to play and live service and battle pass systems and all this other garbage that we have
yeah,
come to not like as gamers will be amplified for with even more games. Like, fuck, you know how highly anticipated Elder Scrolls 6 is? I can already see Elder Scrolls 6 having some kind of battle pass system, or, you know, like GTA 6, maybe something like that will have some sort of fucked up battle
yeah.
pass, play
Oh,
for as long as you
100%.
can system. Like,
Yeah,
come
yeah, it
on.
will. Yeah,
It's opening the door for this cesspool of all the other developers to just follow suit. And I don't know, man. People just, oh, play for the sake of playing, consume for the sake of consuming.
well,
Like,
in 10
it just
years,
doesn't it get boring? Like,
yeah,
doesn't it get boring having your brain fucking numbed doing the same thing over and over again, and like not going outside? And just, it's the
well,
same thing with the
yeah.
Marvel movies and like all these Hollywood movies and all
What
these
are you on
people who
about?
go fucking
What are you
crazy
on?
about these movies.
What are you on about Marvel movies? Listen, Ant-Man 4 is gonna be the best movie of all time. You see,
Bro, like, I
listen,
don't even...
listen. The substance in these movies, the storytelling, the choreography, the CGI. It's all just okay. I don't know why you're complaining. I don't know why you're complaining.
Like,
Listen,
I don't know,
listen,
man.
listen. Hey, listen. I stopped watching Marvel after Endgame because significantly it just went downhill. The only thing that I've properly got invested into since that is Spider-Man No Way Home, and that's
Hmm.
because obviously that's just a giant nostalgia vest. Um, but like I understand what you mean by like like just playing for the sake of playing and consuming and like like unlocking things and all that. What I've been doing is, again, I've been playing more story games and stuff because I want to like change my mindset. I don't want to like grind games. At the end of it, I'm like, oh, look at all the shit I have. I want to grind games so I can be like,
Hmm.
wow, I've played all these new experiences, all these stories. I
Hmm.
know what games like I might prefer something different compared to first person shooters. Um, And like that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. Because I can't be bothered grinding games for things that won't matter in a year.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I have my memories. I have my gameplay that I am recording. These are all things that I can like properly use in the future and stuff.
Sure.
I'm like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, if anyone's bored of gaming, I don't cut out COD, right? Cut
There's
out
one.
FIFA, and like maybe Minecraft. I don't know. It's like some other game. If you're bored of gaming, right? It's because you're playing the exact same games. You need to
Yeah.
play something else.
Literally.
Like
Yeah.
that's it. That's my problem. At least I was so fatigued out of gaming and stuff because I was playing the exact same thing over and over. With that or zombies, you know what I mean? It's you have to break it up, and like with zombies especially, as much as I enjoy it, I feel like it's just at this point it's on them game modes where you shouldn't be playing it every day unless you just don't get bored of it. Which I mean, more
Right.
power to you because I could never do that. Um, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah,
I think
that's
the
the
other
thing
thing
is,
too, I think there's another side effect of that too, where because you've played the same thing over and over again, that's like all you're used to. And so when people try to switch over to another game, people try to switch over to something, they get bored of that because it's
oh yeah,
something that's
it's not
like,
like it's not like oh I haven't killed someone in like 2 seconds.
right. It's
Like
almost like
where
that programming that people go through. That's why, that's why shipment in Call of Duty has such a cult following now.
or Nuketown
Or
or like any
Nuketown. I
any
mean, here's the thing.
any
The
close
difference is
quarters match.
Nuketown is actually a well-designed map. Shipment is
Yeah,
just fucking junk food of the mind for Call of Duty.
oh,
Like, let's be
100%.
honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, no, 100%. I will say that the shipment, I haven't played it yet, but they've reverted it more back to like the traditional one, didn't they?
A little
In
bit,
Modern, a
but
little
it's
bit. So,
it's
I mean,
still like modern shipment.
yeah.
Like it's still
Yeah.
junk food.
It's like the only reason that's there so you can get your camos, you can do your
Literally.
achievements, you can do all this, you can get in and get out really quickly.
And
Yeah.
then you don't realize you've been playing for 3 hours because the games are so quick and it's so gratifying and it's so instant and it's so, yeah, that whole thing. It's the TikTok argument all over again, but with Call of Duty now with shipment.
Yeah, where you just consume stuff so fast. I mean, I've always made like the statement that like I deleted TikTok at least maybe like a year and a half ago. I think
Nice.
I haven't used it traditionally like a year and a half just because of how this fucked it is and how like you can be on it for ages. I mean, I see
Mm-hmm.
Ashley on it, and obviously I'm not going to tell her what to do because she can do whatever she wants. But she's on it for a whole movie, and it's like I mean, don't get me wrong.
But
These
like
things
that,
can be
see,
useful. These, depending on what content you get given, it can be useful. You can learn a new trick or whatever from TikTok. You can learn
yeah.
like,
But we're talking about
right.
like
But the
the
thing is, with
hmm.
TikTok, it's so easy for like it to just shove like random shit to keep you watching, as anything
Yeah,
would. With YouTube, in a way, at least you kind of get to choose what you're watching, and I know TikTok, you have
sorta.
it, your following page. I mean, if you go to your subscription list, you can choose to, I mean, that's the type of content you're going to get.
Yeah, but you
But with
even like,
TikTok,
yeah,
with
TikTok,
TikTok,
man. Yeah,
it's the fact that you're sliding, obviously, like through it and stuff. You just start watching the video, and it's
right.
like, what I mean. And I feel like with YouTube, the good thing is you have some choice in like to do it or not. I know it's
Yeah,
something stupid. Some people are probably gonna think like, oh, what the fuck are you on about? But like, I don't know. I've deleted TikTok ages ago just because I'm not wasting my time on it. Because with YouTube and something, if I watch a video, I can be entertained by it. I know, like, someone
mhm,
watching TikTok can be entertained by that. But I'm not gonna be on YouTube for like 50 hours a day compared to like TikTok.
right. And
Um,
that's the thing. We've said this before on previous episodes of the show that the short form, like minute long video format, is not inherently horrible if you're getting good content out of it. If you're getting
yeah,
something that's going to teach you something, or you're getting something that's going to be productive, entertaining, something that's like actual brain fuel and not whatever the fuck over half of TikTok is with all these stupid challenges and all of these, promiscuous things arguably targeted towards minors, and just all this crap that is fueled online that just breeds this degeneracy that we see. And all the short form content out there that is actually educational and is actually uh, enlightening in some way. Maybe it's a TikTok or a short video about eating healthier or
Yeah.
exercising, or, oh, this is how you do this skill. This is how you do this little trick. And I'm going to show you something, some kind of skill or some kind of, whatever, right? Those
Yeah.
I feel like are oftentimes just overlooked 100% of the time, because you have so many of these people, especially in our generation, so how do I put it? They're just so enamored by these inane challenges and these just mind-numbing rituals, really, at the end of the day, right? Because humans by themselves are very religious animals. I mean, a lot of people like to use the word religion in the sense of, oh, Christianity, Islam, all the other religions, right? But when it comes to religion and ritual and practice, that is inherently something human. And so when you have
Yeah.
something so dopamine siphoning like TikTok and YouTube shorts and things like that, it becomes ingrained in someone's habitual process every single day that it becomes somewhat of a religion to them. That, oh, TikTok is where I get my news. TikTok is where I get my entertainment. TikTok is like the end all be all when it comes to, the magnum opus of entertainment to a lot of people in our generation, because
Yeah.
they mentally cannot comprehend anything past that quick, super gratifying content loop. And that's what's crazy about TikTok, is because the moment you open up the app, it's I forgot who put it, but I remember watching this news story a while back. It's a vertical and a horizontal loop, and I think it's a great way to put it, because you have this horizontal loop of, the videos progressing, and then it automatically restarts. So if you miss something the first time, you can just go ahead and rewatch that video, and it gave you that dopamine rush, so you're gonna watch it again. And then the next video you go and you scroll up, that one immediately starts. So you're having this like loop in all directions, that something will constantly be
Yeah.
playing. Something will constantly be
Something. Yeah.
firing on your synapses to make you, neuron activated to continually watch that thing.
Yeah.
So that's what's crazy to me about it, is how TikTok and a lot of social media has really just hijacked the human brain. And we're seeing the consequences of that, of people being fucking stupid on social media, and people just being fucking stupid in general. And hey, I'm not saying I'm a saint. I think we've all been stupid at some point.
Oh yeah, no,
But
we've all said something, or like, done something really dumb.
right.
And
But
it's like, yeah.
it's one of those things where you got to recognize the fucking problem and fix it. If you don't recognize the problem and you don't fucking fix it, like, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Or rather, if you do recognize the problem and then you preach to other people that there's a problem, but then you keep doing it, do as I say, not as I do, that's another problem. And you see a lot of people doing that too. That's what we call grifters. And so, yeah, man, it's a huge problem. And so the whole point of why I said that, going back to Call of Duty,
Going back to Call of Duty.
you have this feedback loop of, well, if I grind these camos, if I do this, I'm gonna get gold, and then the grind immediately restarts again, because there's all this progression that we can just continually keep going towards. There's all this progression that we can keep doing. The battle pass, even if it's a non-linear battle pass like Modern Warfare 2's, it's like, you still have that progression, that horizontal progression that you're still going through. The vertical progression is going to be how many camos you stack on top of each other, how many things you can earn, how many, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. It's just, it can't, are we super surprised that, again, with all everyone hates the UI, everyone hates things like that. Hulu employees helped work on Modern Warfare 2, and Hulu employees, and just really any kind of streaming, social media, whatever kind of platform, they use psychologists to study how addictive properties can affect the human brain. They're not studying like the average fucking person, and they're not studying what makes a fun game anymore. They're studying human psychology. They're trying to hijack your fucking brain, and they're trying to make sure that you continually consume and not think about what the fuck you're consuming. And in turn, it makes you more susceptible, more programmable, more susceptible to accept propaganda as well, because your risk aversion is getting lower. They want you addicted to substances. They want you addicted to porn in the process. They want you to just be, I a good little metaverse drone so that you don't live a nice, meaningful life. And these are the seedlings of it. This is they're starting to sprout a little bit. And with the onset of the metaverse and everything like that happening, I fear that it only gets worse. But that's a conversation for another day.
I can't wait for the metaverse. I can't wait to be my online influencer in the metaverse and grind 24/7. But you know, content creation is a lot harder than like a physical job. Would you agree on that?
You know, that reminds me of I told you about this before we started. There was a story. There's a story.
TikTok, doing funny little dances. It's a lot harder than a
doing this for a TikTok and then doing this to post it. That's so fucking hard.
Yeah.
It reminds me. I mentioned to you before we started. There was a story I saw the other day. This person in our age range, right? Some sort of influencer, content creator, streamer, whatever, was saying that streaming and content creating is harder than a physical labor job and harder than, you know, anything like that. I think the funniest thing to me when it comes to something like that is those people don't freaking realize how cush content creation actually is and how sedentary it actually is.
If you can make like content creating work and stuff, right? Like I don't even know how you know what I mean, like how I don't know.
I mean, at the end of the day, Cosmic's wanting to buy some G Fuel, as I see in his advertisement in the background. What's going on there, Cosmic? What's going on there?
I had Vanguard Zombies gameplay on in the background. I wanted to see how long it take you to notice, and then an ad.
No, I knew you had the gameplay on. I was going to mention that, but then I saw some sort of energy drink ad. I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
Then I paused. I was trying to skip the ad from like using my face cam here, and then I paused it, and it got really high
low
detail.
Key, like, you know, don't even notice. Don't even notice.
Yeah, don't even notice me doing it. But no, like saying? Okay. Here's the thing, right? Like being a streamer or working in construction, obviously the construction working's harder, right? Because you know you're on a set wage. You probably won't make any more than that the entire time you're there, unless you work your way up to like management or whatever, right? And with streaming on that, there's so many ways that you can make more money, right? And you're streaming what you enjoy. You're not streaming stuff because you just want a job. If you're streaming video games, you're streaming it because you enjoy playing video games. Mm-hmm. And if you get to the point where it's like, okay, I can do this as a job, then you're like, oh well, okay. It's just baffling, right? I'm trying to process my thoughts here. I just think that like if someone's gonna have that opinion and you're gonna think, well, content creating is harder than working in construction, why don't you go and work in construction? Why don't you do like an easier job? You know what I mean?
Right.
And even that, it's like I don't know. Like playing video games or go and work in the rain building a house.
Because here's the perspective that I like to think about when it comes to that argument back and forth. For content creation, for people who are like super hardcore, super full time, you wake up every morning. You're in your house.
You drink your
G Fuel. Drink your G Fuel. You eat a little breakfast. You get on your computer.
G Fuel.
You type away. You overdose on G Fuel. Have a fucking heart attack right there at your desk. And then so you edit. You stream a little bit. You do a little bit like responding to people on Twitter, getting into arguments on Twitter because people love doing that nowadays. And then you go to bed. And then that's it, right? There's no like physical exertion.
You notice there you didn't say take a shower. Because if you're a content creator,
if you're a content creator, you don't take a shower and you smell fucking horrible. But no, like seriously though, imagine for a second if you could just wake up every morning and just do that. And you have the ability to do that. And I'm not saying content creation is illegitimate. We are literally content creators bringing you a podcast.
If anything makes you money, then it's a job. That's what I think, at least.
Right.
Like if I go rob a store, that's a job.
Okay, that's Anything ethical, that makes you money is a job. Anything ethical that makes you money is a job. I think we should paraphrase that a little bit. Or not paraphrase, we should rephrase that. But like when you think of it at that perspective of content creation, it's very cush. You literally stay fucking home, you don't physically exert yourself, and you don't really do it. It's sedentary. It's the easy way out.
Fair enough. It might be a bit more mental. Like, if anything, it might be the slightest bit more mentally draining.
I was just about to mention that.
That's the only thing, but that's only because like I feel fatigued after editing videos and stuff, or something doesn't go my way or issues happen.
Right.
That's when and I think in a way when I'm at work, I'm not really getting fatigued. I'm more just like, oh well, I'm working.
You're just tired from like putting in the physical work, like a normal fucking human being. Like
like sitting here and stuff, like physically I feel absolutely fine. Like I could, if I really wanted to, I could wake up and I could edit and stream and whatever for like 14 hours a day because I could if I wanted to. The only thing I have to get worried about is my voice getting sore because I'd be talking so much. Even of that, you know what I mean?
And then to begin with too, it's not even just, oh, your throat's gonna get sore from doing voiceovers for your content, and maybe you'll get you're sore moving the mouse. I don't know, but
my wrist. Ow.
But like the other thing is too the long-term effects. The long-term effects of that too. Everyone's gonna roll their eyes when I say this, but like sitting down for long periods of time,
it's not good for you.
So fucking unhealthy for you. It's ridiculous how unhealthy it is. And if you're doing that for hours and hours and hours a day, your blood flow isn't going to be as strong. You will literally start weakening your cardiovascular system by doing that, by living a sedentary lifestyle. You'll be more tired rather than less tired. You'll be more tired, you'll be more mentally drained because your body isn't like doing anything. And so the littlest bit of any kind of exertion that your body will experience going out in the real world. Why do you think so many fucking people in our generation, I'm tired all the time. I have no energy, I have no motivation, because everything is sedentary. Everything is just complacent, and everything is so, let's just sit down and let's take the easy way out. And look at where we are as a result of that, to be honest.
I'm gonna tell you something. I made a big boy purchase. I got an exercise bike.
Let's go.
It's not here yet. I ordered it. I ordered it this morning because me and my mates are gonna go to the gym.
Nice.
And it's a 24-hour gym and stuff. But what I want to do is if I can do like a bit of cardio at home, and like like if it's bad weather or whatever, I don't want to walk to the gym. If I can do cardio at home, I will. I'm going to try and do it like every morning, like a little bit at least. And it's one that you can fold up, which is nice. And for this one, this bike, it has like so you know how obviously bikes, made for your legs and stuff. This one has upper body workout. Whoa, that made for your legs. No, well this one has like upper body stuff as well, where you can do that. Like you pull.
Oh no, so it has handles on it for rows and
it has that, right?
That's nice.
So
that's nice.
It wasn't that expensive, and I'm like, well, because I can fold it, I can put it over here where it's like out of sight from content and stuff. Take it out here, put like a workout or whatever on the TV in the morning, and just fire away. You know what I mean? Like it's because I want to make healthier choices this year. And like I like anyone, like I think I put on maybe a little bit. I don't mind. I just like to get back to what I was. Saying that, folk, since I started working at the hospital, night shifts are quite bad for binge eating. Just naturally, because your body's so like tired.
Right.
So you kind of lose all resistance. From like, okay, I'm not gonna have like chocolate or whatever. But I have a food diary now, so I fill in that to know what I've been eating.
Being more food conscious. Oh my god, can I say conscious? I can't say that word today. Apparently, conscious.
Yeah, well, because
that's
I
very
think the thing
important.
is I'm trying to do things like swap foods about in a way. So if I wanted what are they, like a cinnamon roll thing? I'll have like a piece of toast, like that cinnamon toast you get with like fruit, like raisins in it.
Right.
Like healthier alternatives in terms of calories, at least.
I mean,
I'm not so heavy on like this. I'm not so like calculated on like the sugar stuff yet.
Mm.
That's something I want to work towards. I want to get like a fitness tracker as well, so I can like get my calories and that I'm burning, because that's what that's what I want my main thing to be first, is that like try and lose a bit of like the chub I've gained over the
Sure.
year. But I think I'm okay weight to, because I'm wanting to like weights and stuff at the gym. I want to build muscle,
Sure.
and I've had a few people say that like we're actually not a bad weight to like go in and start doing like lifting and stuff. So I'm like, like, well, I mean, I'll lose what I need to and stuff, but because cardio never hurts anyone. But if if I'm working out doing like weights and all that, I could be ripped by this time next year.
The other thing is too, when it comes to health and being, you're trying to be more mindful when it comes to what you're doing with your body and things like that. I think one of the misconceptions I feel as if a lot of people have is, oh, well, you shouldn't eat as much if you're trying to cut on that way. Oh, don't eat as much, when in reality, it's just choose what you eat. It's
It's
choose
like
what you
swap.
eat,
Don't yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Because if you have like okay, I can't think of any proper comparisons at the moment, right? But let's say you have like candy sweetie thing that tastes like apple, right? And that has like 150 calories in it. You could probably eat like 4 apples.
You could replace that easily with an apple, with blueberries, with mangoes, with papayas, with something that's more natural and something that's the body actually likes to eat. Raw milk, eggs.
The way I'm going to
beef.
try and do it is as well as like if something's like wrapped like a candy bar or something, I'm probably not supposed to eat it, so I'm not going to eat it. Doesn't mean you can't have like something every
Once
few
in a
days
while,
or so.
sure.
Yeah, like it's fine, it's whatever. But I want to cut it out because I feel healthier when I'm not like eating it, obviously, like anyone would.
Right.
And the hardest part about it is like cutting it out for the first week. After that, it's fine. Like you can get on with it and just do it because you've stopped the cravings pretty much. I mean, the one thing is I'm pretty bad for like soda. It's diet. I know that's not like much better than like full fat. I know, Jason. I've read the articles.
I've done the research.
I know they're not like like calorie based. Sure, they're healthier than that, right? If okay, that's the one thing. Everything else about them awful. Okay, but if I can use that as a substitute for like candy and stuff, then I think I'm doing all right. I'm going to try and cut it down a bit more because I drink quite a lot of it. And I'm bad for that. I admit it. I'm addicted to Monsters, right? I genuinely, I love them. I love them. I love a Monster. Okay, my name's Kyle. I love a Monster. I like my Diet Coke. I like I like all that stuff. And it's just, I know I need to start cutting it out a bit more and drinking more water. But the thing is, when I have water next to me, I'll drink it. Like I have a bottle that's like used to drink 2 of these a day, and when that's near me, I drink that rather than going for like a Diet Coke or something.
Good.
But it's just when it's like getting washed or whatever, and I've like left it to the side and I forget about it, and then I'm like, oh, I'm thirsty. I go get a Diet Coke, and then it's like 2 Diet Cokes, and then it's like yeah.
That's the other thing, man. You gotta drink so much water. You gotta drink so much water if you want to be healthy. You gotta eat fruit, specifically fruit. Like fruit has a lot of good nutrients and a lot of good minerals in it that a lot of people in our generation are deficient, like magnesium deficiencies, potassium deficiencies.
The thing
a
is,
lot of people in our generation aren't getting enough vitamin C, vitamin D.
That's the thing, right?
It's the type of food that they're eating too. Like even when it comes to like milk that people think they're buying that's good for them, a lot of times because of how the milk is prepared, like with the pasteurization, is not super healthy for you to begin with either. And really raw milk is some of the most healthy milk you can ever have because it's raw. It's just straight from the source. But you also got to pay attention to what happened to the cow before the milk was gathered. Like is it a grass-fed, grass-finished cow? You know, is it just grass fed, and then at the end of the cow's life cycle, they're filled with a bunch of fucking corn, and then they milk them. You know, like
Yeah.
you gotta pay attention to all that too. You know, avoid things with excess corn, soy, high fructose corn syrup, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
Basically, if anything's man-made, just fucking avoid it, and try to go as natural and like animal-based as you can. And you know, grass-fed foods, raw milk, eggs are very good for you
Yeah.
too. Got a lot of minerals in
Well,
eggs for you to eat.
what's your like opinion then on like soya milk and stuff?
Don't
Like
do it.
I did really because I watched the video and it said in terms of protein that it's like I think it's soya or almond. One of them is like the closest thing to like cow milk. Obviously, with cow milk, you're getting more protein than you are in either of them.
I mean, to me, that just sounds like a big cope because if you're talking about the closest thing to cow milk, but then it's soy is very bad for men. Soy has
Turn into a soy boy.
properties in it. No, I'm like, the soy boy trope is a meme, but it's partially true in the sense that because soy just soy just conflicts a lot with male hormones and the way the male body is. So it could literally cause hormone imbalances in your body. Almond milk, I mean, nuts in general are like kind of an interesting topic too, because nuts have
like
proteins, but then at the same time you want to avoid certain nuts that are like made in certain oils.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a weird conversation, but no, like if you can find it and if you can afford it too, because I know a lot of people out there, well, I want to eat super healthy, but I can't afford the raw milk because raw milk is exponentially more expensive than, you know, normal 2% milk or something you find at the store. If you can just start with like grass-fed milk, you know, that's still going to be a healthier alternative than something like the other ones.
In terms of like, I don't know, value for like, not for money. Let's say you're wanting to go healthier and like get the most nutrients out of something. What would you say, fish or chicken?
Chicken.
Chicken, you'd say, yeah.
Chicken, because I know a lot of people.
Fish are more oily and stuff, obviously.
Fish are more oily, especially modern fish too. You got to pay attention to where the fish comes from too, because there could be mercury in that fish too. And then you have chickens. Chicken is a good source of protein. It's not going to be as much protein, I think, as something like beef, for example, or venison, or you know, something like that. Beef is super healthy for you. Red meat, especially, like, it's good. And this is where another kind of health misconception comes in, where
you're told not to eat, like,
you're told not to eat red meat. You're told not to eat things like that. But that's some of the most protein rich, there's a word for it, bioavailable nutrients in meat that you can have. Same thing with, you know, eggs. A lot of people say, oh, don't eat too many eggs, right? But eggs have so many vitamins and minerals in them that is really good. I mean, the yolks in eggs, they might not have a ton of protein per one single egg, but you don't just eat one egg, right? You scramble up like 2 or 3 or 4 eggs, and you're getting a good amount of protein and good amount of minerals in those eggs as well. And then fruits, especially, you know, a lot of fruits have really good vitamins and good nutrients in them. Avocado is really good as well to eat. The good natural fats that, you know, avocado can be good for your brain. Avocado is number one. I just think it tastes really good too.
avocado is good.
But another thing, I mean, man, there's just a lot of things out there that people just really don't tell you about health, and it's kind of concerning because, you know, a lot of these people are either just not willing to dig in deeper, or the people who are trying to tell you, oh, eat all this other crap, is just trying to make you, literally make you not healthy too. Because if they control the flow of information, and they control how many people eat certain things, and how many people actually learn about actual health and have that sort of natural diet, if they can get as many people away from that as possible, they can sell you more Starbucks Frappuccinos. They can sell you more,
exactly,
you know, crap under the guise of, oh, this is the healthier alternative. But then at the same time, it's like a shitty alternative. Like, that's the funniest thing to me when you see something at Starbucks or you see something at any of these other stores where it's like, oh, well, why would you have a normal coffee when you could just have this healthier alternative that we have on our menu?
Yeah.
But then you look at the ingredients and you're like, wow, soy, canola oil, like all this crap that's in it, and you're just going,
Yeah.
wow, this is supposed to be the healthier alternative, and it's just not. It's just really not. So bottom line is animal-based diet. Animal-based diet, man. It's good. There's a guy on social media who breaks it down the best, I think. And I got to give a shout out to Carnivore MD. This guy breaks it down so simply that anyone can understand, living a more natural, healthy lifestyle that, if you want to be super healthy, you want to really get in there like some of our ancestors used to eat, and not all this processed crap and fake meat that is in a lot of these foods nowadays. I would say go to someone like him because he's very knowledgeable, and yeah, that's my health talk of the day.
That's your health talk. Now you see me being a fitness entrepreneur. I like to start my morning off with a G Fuel because it gives me all the vitamins I need to start my day. So I'm a morning G Fuel. I'll go for I'll avoid having the shower because it's just too time consuming. I'll play some Minecraft, make a few TikToks. I'll have my second G Fuel today so I can get more vitamins, and then I'll have my KFC that'll get delivered, so I get my protein from the chicken. I'll have a third G Fuel today, but I'll have this one with soy milk. So it's like more of a milkshake, and then I'll have dinner, which will normally be like a pizza or something, so I can get some dairy from the cheese. Good for my cholesterol. And then I'll finish off the day with a jug of G Fuel, and then I'll have a quick midnight snack.
And then at midnight, you have a fucking heart attack.
Yeah, it puts me asleep, and I wake up in the morning pretty nicely. Keep waking up in the hospital for I don't know why. Keep taking me there. It's like, what? What? No. No matter what I do, I make all these healthy choices, but I end up here every morning.
This isn't my respawn point.
Who broke my bed?
God damn it, man! But I'm telling you, bro, it's one of those things. This whole conversation stemmed from content creating, right? So kind of backtracking, going back to that a little bit.
Yeah.
The content creator lifestyle, for those of you out there who think it's this glorious thing where you can sit on your ass all day, play video games, and have a care in the world, it'll catch up to you. It will catch up to you if you don't be active. It'll catch up to you if you are not healthy, you're not health mindful, you're not taking care of your body, and you're not literally going outside. I mean, again, we joke about going outside, we joke about touching grass, we joke about all that. Yeah. But it's actually important to do that. It's actually important to go outside, get natural sun rays, have the sun touch your fucking skin, and that'll help you out as well. And just being outside and fresh, crisp, clean air, hoping that there is fresh, crisp, clean air where you are. And yeah, I mean, it's just super important because the way modern humanity is, and the modern state of the Western man is sedentary and decadency, and we just kind of allow this all to happen, and we're just complacent in everything we do, and we just kind of don't think about things nowadays. Everyone's just so concerned with entertainment and media. I mean, it's really the Roman circus at the end of the day too. It was from the Roman philosopher Juvenal, who the phrase "bread in circuses" comes from. And if you keep the masses distracted, you keep people distracted with bread in circuses, they won't question the reality of how horrible things are around them, and things are not so great. I mean, in the United States specifically, things are not doing so well here in this country. And you look around from the outsider's perspective into some other Western countries too, things aren't looking so great over there for some of our friends in the West either. So, the West is fallen in a way.
The West is fallen.
In a way. I see the cat in the background. How's the cat doing?
She's doing okay. I think she's coming up for you. Okay, you gonna let me pick you up? No. Oh, okay, fair enough.
She's like, nope, screw that.
Nah, she's doing good. She normally sits on my PS5 now. So that's where she goes. I don't know why. I think it's because she gets high as possible. Yeah, she's been doing all right. She's just like
see her little face there in the background.
She was like in between the door and stuff. That's why I moved the camera, because So that's kind of funny. But I got this little laser pointer. Are you gonna go for it?
Oh yeah.
She'll get on top of that door.
Oh boy.
She climbed like there's nothing for her to climb up. She just climbs up the door and gets there. It's pretty insane what a cat can do if they really want to.
Right.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like what's the most like annoying thing she does at the moment. It's so she climbs the curtains, but that's not new. That's just something she does.
Mm-hmm.
But if she wants in a room, she'll go to the carpet outside it and just like start like
Scratching
dig
the
under
carpet.
it. Yeah. Which isn't like the biggest deal because like it's we're gonna get new carpet anyway for this house in like a year or so because we haven't got new carpets yet. We used to spray bottle and stuff. She's the best behaved cat ever. Like she won't like bite or like scratch like anyone. She's very friendly. It's just these little things that like she does like scratching the carpet, and it's like well we're spraying you. You know you're not supposed to do it. So she wakes us up at 6 o'clock in the morning without fail because she needs her breakfast. So she'll meow. She'll run up the curtains. Then we'll go downstairs. She's sprinting down. I give her breakfast. I go back for 5 minutes of sleep, and then she comes and starts like poking at us because she wants to do stuff. So,
welcome to the cat life, man. My cats are over 13 years old now, about to be 14 this year, and they're still crazy for a couple of old men that my cats are. They're still crazy. They're still doing crazy
some
stuff.
shenanigans.
Oh yeah, especially they love eating the Christmas tree. That's one of the things.
Oh yeah, no. She loves to like knock the baubles and like like the tinsel and stuff off it and just
that's why we don't decorate our Christmas tree anymore. Like we have the lights, we string the lights around the tree, but we don't put ornaments or anything on it anymore because the cats just climb the tree and they eat the tree and then the branches and but still they're fun. Cats are just a bundle of joy, and cats have personality. I mean, they really do. If you are nice to them and you nurture them, and they'll get to know you.
I can get her to she'll go on my back and stuff and like climb me, but I can get her to sit up here like a parrot. And there was one time she was like stuck on something, and I put my arm like this, and she climbed it, and then she went down the other one and jumped. The thing is, I love dogs, and I was definitely more of a dog person before we got Jet. But after having Jet, it's nice having a cat because like when they show affection, it's like they mean it. Whilst the dog's like, they would do anything for you. Because
that's the thing, man. Dogs and cats are just great human companions.
Great human companions, yeah, and they can like make a house feel like a home as well. Yeah. That's something we definitely felt like. We thought the house was nice before and stuff, and we have our little things here and there to give the house personality. But having her here it just makes the house feel like not as empty.
There you go.
So that's what we're really like. Yeah, we've been debating. Well, I've been debating kind of getting another one. There was a point where we were going to get another cat, but we didn't do it in the end. But like I don't know. I think it's just nice to have another one just for like her to have a friend.
Right. Yeah.
Because but I don't know. Maybe like one day. I think if we want to be smart about it, we probably should have got them both when they were the same age. Because then they
get them more accustomed to each other.
Yeah, exactly. Well, one of her sisters were actually for sale as well, and I was kind of like, oh, it'd be nice if we could get two because I think Jet was the best out of the bunch in terms of like, okay, in terms of the way they looked, Jet looked the cutest. That's why we picked her, 100%, right? Because like she has a lot going on. She has like the orange, the black, the white, the brown.
Right.
She's really nice patterns and stuff as well. And then the other one's just like a black cat, a kitten, which is really cute, right? All kittens are cute, but like I don't know, Jet just appearance wise, like.
See, that's what we did. That's what we did with my cats. My cats are brothers from the same litter, and they were the last two left for sale. Yeah. So we were like, oh man. We can't just take one and not the other, so we got our two cats there, and they've been crazy. They've been really crazy.
Now they do get into some shenanigans. Ashley bought catnip for thinking it relaxed them.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and she was fine because she like smelled her or whatever, just like started like biting her, like play biting, obviously. And that's when she realized, oh wait, this isn't like weed for them. She thought
This
it
is
was like
crack
weed.
cocaine for them.
This is crack cocaine for them. Yeah, so yeah, that was funny. But no, I mean, yeah, she's doing great. She has her own little bed next to me here. I can just go like, hello. I need to get a camera like on the TV there so I can like a back shot. That's what I want to do because I have them. I'll put this back up now. I have that cable running, and that's from my PC. It's like about like 5 meters long. I have that there. I want to get it like behind like in the walling. I want it to be in my walls.
Right.
So it looks a bit cleaner and stuff. But then I would like a camera up there for like streaming purposes and all that. And I think it'd just be cool.
Switch over a little
Yeah.
cat cam and
Yeah, exactly. Little cat
oh,
cam.
stream.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Enjoy the cat, you know.
Enjoy the cat, exactly. So, yeah.
And then the Duran Fong gameplay in the background takes precedence.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, what can I say? It's it's pretty great. Yeah, Durham Fong, best zombie map of all time. See this?
The end.
High quality gameplay. Shout out to whoever this guy is who just has gameplay on his channel. I hope
is this not your gameplay?
No, it's just some guy. It's like not. It's not my gameplay, but like surely it won't because it's like, oh, my camera died anyway. That's fine.
They knew. Copyright.
Copyright.
Immediately.
It down.
The video isn't even up yet. I mean, we're recording this. It's not even up yet, and it was wow. How about that?
It'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. It's some guy's it's a gameplay channel, and I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't strike it down.
Okay.
Oh well, maybe if this episode of the podcast doesn't, not that it gets monetized anyway. But
if this episode of the podcast is only up for a week,
banned.
you guys know.
We use no. It's all Cosmic's fault for a gag.
Come on, Cosmic. Come on, man. But anyways, man. Well, I thought this was a pretty good return episode of the podcast after not recording for about a month. Talked about a lot of good stuff. We talked about how stupid people in the community are. We talked about the new Easter eggs found on Black Ops 4 and all that. We talked about Call of Duty, consumerism. We talked about health. We talked about a lot of fun stuff today on the podcast, man. I mean, we need to expand our horizons more. We need to talk about more meaningful things on this podcast.
I think that's probably like I mean, we were talking about it last week, I think. That's probably the direction we're going in with like content on the podcast channel because like, we'll talk about zombies, we'll talk about gaming, but I don't think we really want to be the main thing anymore because like it's just talking about gaming constantly just gets boring. Just like playing the same game would get boring. So like,
and then you can have meaningful conversations too, and meaningful conversations you can actually, are great.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why next week's going to be about what can I say? I was going to say something bad there. I didn't say it.
Okay. Next week is going to be all about why Duran Fong is the best zombies map ever created. So the more the meaningful conversations,
meaningful conversations.
Yeah.
The meaningful. How many members from the COD zombie community does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Oh wow. You want the honest answer? Anyway,
please.
0. They can't figure it out because they're too busy on Twitter arguing. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching episode 111 of the Division Z podcast. What was your favorite part? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Mom, man, any other closing thoughts before we wrap it up?
Just new year, new me, new us, and happy new year, guys.
100%. Happy new year. Happy 2023, guys. Let's make 2023 a great year. We're going to survive through Modern Warfare 2, maybe. And let's just see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. But again, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you check out the links down below in the description so you stay up to date with everything that both of us do. And of course, Cosmic's second channel will be linked down below in the description too, so he can blow up this year in 2023 because I think he will.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
So anyways, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, depending on where you are in this crazy world. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Bye, everyone.